Okay, this is the last clip, and this is all about practical applications, and it will speak directly to you if you're in HR or if you're in finance or general business or if you're doing marketing. Okay, so what do I mean by practical applications? Well, look, there really is tons, guys. It just again needs you to look a little bit here. Here's some stuff here. We've got tons of agents and tools. We just showed some there, but basically, when we think here about these functions, the things that you do. So the marketeers, if they're working for brands, the finance guys doing finance and accounting, all the processes and procedures of HR, supply chain management, quality control, customer service, CRMs. Okay, we've got AIs that can do all of this. Okay, you can even vibe code these things. You can vibe code them and they can build them. Okay, the legal and compliance stuff as well. The only reason I'm putting this up is to say, and we'll discuss this in the very first workshop, is all of those functionalities where AI is going to, if it's not transforming you already, is it going to go there now? And what are the implications of this? So we'll discuss that obviously in class. But basically, we've got a business revolution going on, guys. And here's some applications. So I'm going to make myself smaller here, right? Because I've got a couple of videos here, and I won't play the full videos. I'll post them up. You can watch them later on at your leisure if you want. I'll just play clips. But finance, here, finance is essential to business. We all know that kind of stuff. Okay, this whole attitude of speed and accuracy and risk reduction, very big for finance. So here's just a couple of simple examples here, right? This idea of marketing data. You need these things, okay? It can do this for you in milliseconds, it says. Fraud detection, absolutely essential. The algorithms are there, okay? Credit scoring, right? Again, something that the finance guys, they'll totally understand. So it's totally all over the finance area, and AI is there, and it's revolutioning the finance field. This little video is done by Sage, right? Okay, so just watch what she says because I like it because she generalizes to business at the start. Okay.
AI is something you don't want to miss. It's already everywhere. It's in our browsers, our cars, our everyday apps, and it's moving fast. For small business owners, the potential is remarkable. AI can help you move faster than big competitors, better manage your money, and focus on the work you were born to do.
AI is going to become increasingly important for small business owners moving forward, and business owners of all sizes. In the same way that computers and email and search engines changed everything, this is just the next evolution of that.
But when it comes to finances, accuracy and trust are simply non-negotiable. And then there's all the hype and the confusion about the tools, plus the need for new skills. And yet, you know that others are already embracing it.
Over 80% of our small businesses are currently using AI.
They're working smarter, making fewer mistakes, and just generally getting ahead.
Okay. So that's the fact that goes on there. Okay, it goes on and then focuses on Sage. Okay, later, right? But I like that because it starts generic at first, right? Again, on the classic stuff that all businesses have is supply chain management. Okay, where we're doing it like this stuff for forecasting, inventory, stock, waste reduction. That's a great one, of course. The optimization here of analyzing like the traffic patterns, fuel costs for delivery times, and all this kind of stuff. So these whole idea of Internet of Things and sensors. Interesting, that was an easy one I did years ago with a major company. They used to build data centers, believe it or not, and they had these massive fabrication plants, and they had hundreds of steel. But the problem, one of the guys said at the time, he says sometimes jobs get delayed, so we're not building a center, and it gets delayed for 6 months or a year. But we've already had all the stuff delivered. Then when it comes to build it, we think, where the hell is this? Because they need these massive yards. It was absolutely massive yards with all the steel for that job and the design for the steel. And I was saying, if as well, we just use IoT sensors in it. So the sensors, so the steel speaks to you, as I said to them at the time, to solve a simple problem. To me, it was a simple problem. And a lot of guys do that. They all do that now. That was ages ago. But basically, we can do that kind of stuff to help people, identify, all the kind of and source their equipment and stuff like this. Here's another little video, and again, I'll make myself smaller. This time, it's focusing on supply chains and something that we all get every day with all your packages that turn up at your door. We never think about it, and AI's embedded in it.
Ever wondered how your online orders seem to arrive faster than ever? Or how your packages magically reroute themselves around traffic like some kind of teleportation trick? Well, it's not magic, it's AI. And today, we're diving deep into how artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the logistics industry. So, buckle up. Imagine warehouses that restock themselves before running low. Delivery trucks that pick the fastest route in real time. And inventory shortages predicted weeks in advance. That's not sci-fi. That's AI in logistics.
Okay, so these are just, again, I said I'll put these up again. Think about marketing, the marketing guys in the room. Here you go. I mean, I won't even go over these. You can read them for yourself. Okay. The key thing here is AI is increasingly being used in marketing. I'll be working with one of the marketing groups, so we'll cover all this. And one of the key things for us is this idea of hyper profiling and hyper personalization, guys. The whole idea of the ABC of marketing, you know, audience behavior conversions, as we talk about it. AI is absolutely central for us. Okay, and it really does transform and impact the creative process. And I do this with future marketing guys in the masters and stuff, and we talk about this all the time. So a good illustration is this one, sir. Watch this wee video.
Your customers aren't finding you the way they used to. 26% of searches now end without a click. Instagram alone sees over 6.5 billion searches every day, and ChatGPT is about to launch ads that behave like Facebook, not Google. So if you're still marketing like 2024, you're already behind. I'm Neil Patel, co-founder of NP Digital. My team works with hundreds of brands across dozens of industries, and every day we analyze patterns most marketers never even see. And today, I'm gonna walk you through the 8 digital marketing trends that will shape visibility in 2026 and how to use each one immediately. Because when you understand what's actually happening, you stop reacting and start leading.
Now, they're raging because you're now saying, I want to see the 8 trends. So you're going to have to watch Neil's stuff, okay? I'll post it, so don't worry, okay? HR guys, again, this is a really good video. You can see pieces here about this idea of reducing hiring time, helping guys to find, you know, identify the skills gaps and creating specific, you know, employee personalizing learning development pathworks, all this kind of stuff. Again, another really good video, so watch this one.
HR insights. AI in HR has come a long way. What started with simple applicant tracking systems and resume screeners has exploded into smart technologies that promise to revolutionize how HR work gets done. Today, AI generates content, automates tasks, enhances processes, and analyzes data, making HR more productive, efficient, and most of all, more strategic and people-centric. Here are just a
Okay. So the thing is that I've made these short, right? I've made these short for a reason. What's happened to this one, right? The thing is the best way. I'm going to finish this one in the smart city. Okay. AI is, if you think of a city, if you think of what built that city, if you think of the construction, if you think of everything that goes on in the city, from kind of the nighttime economies to all of the businesses that operate every single day in a city, and AI is increasingly embedded in this, and then the current age in 2026 and going on, we're seeing increasingly amazing smart cities. Believe it or not, Glasgow puts itself forward as a smart city. Singapore, I'm just going to show you Singapore, and Doha is one of the most amazing ones. And of course, AI is integrated to all of these functions, or increasingly integrated to these functions. So we'll just play this little clip, and it's focusing on Singapore, okay? And AI is everywhere here.
Just how smart is your city? Chances are it's getting smarter by the year. Many governments around the globe are racing to infuse technology into just about every aspect of its city's operations. And I mean every part.
Including public transportation, IT connectivity, water and power supply, sanitation and solid waste management, efficient urban mobility, e-governance, and citizen participation.
And it does this using every buzzword imaginable, from big data to the Internet of Things.
So how does a smart city work? Let's look at 3 examples.
Here in Singapore, the city-state might be the gold standard of the most extensive effort to collect data on daily living.
The government is now deploying systems that can tell when people are smoking in prohibited zones or littering from high-rise housing.
Singapore launched its own Smart Nation program in 2014 and will add more cameras like these so the government can effectively monitor crowd density, cleanliness of public spaces, and even the exact movement of every locally registered vehicle.
Much of the data it's collecting will be fed into an online platform called Virtual Singapore that gives the government access to how the city is functioning in real time.
Okay, so the question there, and I think I would hope some eyebrows have been raised there, because the guy goes back to 2014 and goes right through to 2026. The whole idea of a surveillance-based society and how AI is actually there collecting all of your data. Now, just as I said to you earlier with Amy Webb, where the web, you don't search the web searches and scrapes you, gathering all this data. This is part of the controversy of stuff in there. So while, as I did earlier, try to sensitize you to some of the tools, to try to sensitize you to some of the area of AI and how it's an umbrella term and all the subfields that's underneath that, when we talk about the data, and when we talk about the processing speeds and units that we've got with that kind of stuff, and how we can learn the machine learning, how we can learn all of this with processing all of this data at phenomenal speeds to allow us to do so many different things. However, we always need to keep our critical guard up here. And you'll see that, and I'm sure the HR guys are hearing this. You'll see a lot of time the marketing guys will definitely be doing it. I'm sure the finance and SE guys, you'll all be the same about the idea of AI taking over jobs. You'll hear Elon Musk talking about this. You'll hear Solomon talking about this. You'll see all the guys in kind of Google. They all talk about a similar thing, and this is a revolution, but it has consequences. Yes, it will create new, productive, efficient, and effective ways of doing things. It will do exactly what I said. It will provide you to identify problems, and then it will allow you to create innovation using these tools, given core applications, and provide value and therefore growth for businesses. However, it will have implications. And on this final note, just what you're seeing here, is you want to be thinking about this for your assessment. Okay, especially like for your first and your second assessment, but definitely first, give you a little taster and think, well, how AI can be applied to your area of business, okay, and then how you're going to build your whole kind of storyboard and how you're going to present that online. Because all of this links in. You see loads of tools, identifying the tools, identifying the business, and identifying how it can be used in that business. And there's nothing wrong. It's quite a good thing for you to try and do, is to be a bit critical, especially usually at the end of your piece, okay? And again, we'll talk about that in the workshops, and we'll talk about all of this and expand on it, because that's what we're supposed to do, expand on it in every workshop, okay? So that's this lecture, and we'll get you in the next one. I think I'm in the next one, but it's going to be in like theory stuff and future studies, so we'll see what that's like, okay? See you then. Bye.